Hey everyone, so today I've got a video that is answering a question that I get asked quite a lot. So I thought I'd just kind of do my usual thing of I'll just walk around and show you guys a fish while I talk over it. Just kind of explaining the topic of today's video. So yeah, let's not got much else aside from let's dive right in. So the thing that we're going to be talking about today is basically like why I started the Aquarium Project, how we got here, what I'm trying to do, all this type of stuff. So I mean, yeah, basically I am, how old am I? 23, and I started the Aquarium Project like a couple of years ago now. So I think I first started it when I first started doing all the kind of, behind the scenes preparation, planning type stuff when I was 20. And then by the time I got everything to the point where we were ready to open, I would have been 21 at the time, I think. So yeah, I mean, because basically the reason I decided that I wanted to do this, well, there's a few reasons. I was at uni at the time, sort of pretty much part-time, and just like playing around with fish tanks in my little fish room I used to have, and then I was thinking about what did I want to do sort of long term, what did I want to do with my life, all this kind of thing, and everything I was thinking was kind of a big consideration in it all was how is that gonna kind of interact with what I'm wanting to do personally, like, with fish keeping, and then some other personal stuff I had going on at the time and all this kind of stuff. And I came to the conclusion that number one that I didn't, having a job working being an employee probably wasn't really going to work for me. I'd had jobs in the past and it was not something that was, it just wasn't me. So there was that side of things. And then I had the other thing of, if everything I'm thinking about is to do with fish, and like related to fish and that, then why don't we see if we can make that a full-time job? So I mean, yeah, that's kind of how we got to where we got to, and I came to the conclusion that both servicing, the servicing side of things, and there's not really anything interesting in that too. The servicing side of things and the retail side of things, both in person and online, was something that I decided that would probably be the best thing for me, kind of spiritually. So yeah, that's kind of how I ended up here. And then in terms of specifically what I'm trying to do with the Aquarium Project, as a fish keeper, on the personal level, in Auckland at the time, there wasn't really any there was only sort of the one major retailer plus the animators and that of the world. Wow, look at the teeth on them. That's cool. But yeah, and so I thought more competition would be good. And I saw some things going on in the industry that I didn't really like. I don't think people being set up to succeed, particularly new fish keepers and that kind of thing. People weren't being sort of set up to succeed. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, I think I can do better. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of it. And there's a few things that go into that, like when I first started, the bottle bacteria was sold to me. Obviously it didn't do anything. I followed all the instructions, nothing happened. All my brand new fish died in my first tank, and it was kind of like I'm lucky it didn't do it for me, but for a lot of people, that's kind of where they dip out of the hobby, and they're like, "Oh, this is not, this is no fun. I can't. Keeping fish alive is so hard. Um, all this kind of stuff, and it doesn't have to be that way. Um, and there's other things like, I have in the past been recommended food that was, pretty poor quality, and like I had just bad experiences of not being set up for success, which is not. I don't think it's obviously bad, like on an individual level, like no one wants to not have success. Bad, even just bad for the hobby, like, if you're not having success, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to sort of spread the hobby. You're not going to stay in the hobby. You're not even going to, from a business sense, it doesn't even make sense to me, because like, people pay for the, stabilities or whatever, and then it doesn't do anything. And then they stop fish keeping, and then that's them out of the hobby, which I think is pretty silly, because like then you're losing out. Like if people have success, they spend money, so you still get that like financial upside, but then you also have people having success, so it's like an everyone wins situation. So yeah, and I mean so what I'm trying to do is will enable people to have success with fish keeping, however that looks to them. So I'm probably, people be aware, I'm very big on just kind of do whatever you want. Like, you get people hating on ornaments or hating on fake plants, or just a lot of people hating, and like also gatekeeping. There's a lot of fish keepers that gatekeep, and it's not something we want to talk about, obviously, because it's not a fun topic. But there is a lot of gatekeeping that goes on, and that's no good. Fish keeping can be as easy or as hard as you want it to be, and that's okay. Like people, you can set up super complicated things that are massively hard to maintain and take forever, but it doesn't have to be like that. And so that's kind of the message I'm trying to do, is just like letting people have success with fish keeping and get enjoyment out of it, and I think that's enough, and I didn't see, like, this is not a shot at anyone else. I'm not trying to, stir or anything, cause trouble. But I didn't see anyone sort of executing that side of things well, particularly in the Auckland region. So yeah, and then the other thing was I wanted to kind of create a place that was sort of more than a fish shop, because like you see in sort of fish keeping circles, everyone talks about loving to go to the fish shop and everything, and I was wanting to make something that could be more of an experience than I had personally had as a hobbyist, solely as a hobbyist. So I mean, that's something I'm trying to build with the Aquarium Project, is like a place for fish keepers to kind of hang out and like make something that's more than just somewhere you pop in, buy your fish or plant or whatever, and then leave. I want to make a sort of a hangout space. So like that's what I'm trying to do with like I am gonna be opening up this whole area with some more chairs, like sitting. We got like the coffee table type books, got the free coffee program, things like that. We're just trying to make it so that it's something that we can make just a positive experience that's way bigger than just fish, or just the fish keeping, because you'll see like my last video was about the mental health side of things, and I think there is so much mental health benefits to fish keeping that a lot of, like, since publishing that video, a lot of people have sent me their stories of like how fish keeping is so big for them in more than just a fun kind of way, and like a meditation and mental sanctuary, and like something to put energy into and this kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, wow, he's so cool, man. So yeah, that's kind of the ethos, I guess, is I just want fish keeping to be a good sort of experience for people. I've had really good, fish keeping has been fantastic for me, both personally and like mentally and like just enjoyment wise and everything. Hey everyone, sorry about that. That was just a customer came in, so this will be a very awkward cut, but you know, too bad. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much all I had to say. Basically, I was just sort of explain that I want to do right by the hobby and try and grow it and set people up for success and build something that'll be more of a sort of sanctuary for people to come. You know, just come sit, watch fish, have coffee, you know, all this good stuff. So yeah, I mean that's basically it really. Of course, if you've got any questions or suggestions of stuff I can do and all that, please let me know. I mean, I'm here for you guys, so if there's something in particular you guys would prefer to see or, you know, anything like that, let me know and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I mean, that's basically all I had for today. So yeah, all good. All right, well, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.